nice day for the semiconductor group down here now. Now over here, XLNX, AMAT, both 2% as well to the upside. Some of the software makers are
Today,
negative on.
I would like to talk to you about money, how you should relate to money, and how you should be behaving around your money. This is going to be something very important that you do not want to miss. All right, so grab yourself some comfort food, your notepad, pen or paper, sit back and stay tuned. Welcome to Mountain of Inspiration. My name is Dimitri. Without a further ado, let's get right into it. In January 1980, when Bob Marley decided to actually go visit this country in Africa by the name of Gabon, he accepted to do that for a very small fee because he said to himself this was just a token. He was just wanting to actually go play music in Africa and actually visit the motherland, as he loved to actually call it. So for a very insignificant amount of money, he decided to travel with his band, the Wailers, all the way to Gabon in Libreville. As they reached Libreville and they play music, one day, as he was talking to the daughter of the late Omar Bongo, the president of Gabon, he found out that the amount of money that they had actually disbursed for the concert was actually far higher than the amount of money that he had actually received. So he said to himself, something doesn't really add up. So how is it possible? I asked for only little, but you went and actually gave my manager, don't tell at the time, so much money. He was completely puzzled. So back at the hotel with his group, he decided to actually go confront the manager, don't tell at the time. Of course, it didn't go well because, of course, the guy kept denying that he took all this amount of money. First thing that I wanted to put on the table. Second thing, in April 1980 again, so shortly before that, a group of representatives from Zimbabwe, or back in the day Rhodesia, decided to travel all the way to Kingston, Jamaica to sit down with Bob Marley and to discuss the possibility of him performing for the Independence Day in Zimbabwe in April 1980. So as they were talking, Chris Blackwell was actually in the vicinity. I heard what they were talking about. So the two gentlemen spoke to Bowman and said, we would like to invite you to come to play in Zimbabwe, but we're not sure how much money you're going to charge. So when Bowman actually put on the table how much money was actually willing to charge for such a performance, they said, no, this is going to be too much money for us. We can't afford you. So unfortunately, we're going to have to actually turn it down. But Bowman, because he remembered that he had written a song about that country, and that song was actually a phenomenal hit, the song by the name of Zimbabwe, he said to himself, you know what? Don't worry. All right. I'm going to perform for free. As a matter of fact, I'm going to fly all the instruments from England and all my bands. We're going to fly all the way to Zimbabwe to perform. The amount of money that all this thing would have cost at the time, which was back in 1980, was $90,000 US, which was a significant amount of money that he had to actually put on the table in order for this to happen. Chris Blackwell said to him, you know what, this is way too much money, my friend. I believe you're making a mistake. But Bob Marley being Bob Marley, he prevailed. Eventually, they went to Zimbabwe, they performed in Harare, they played actually twice, and it was actually a success again. But why am I telling you these two stories? Simply because as far as money is concerned, you, as the money maker, you may say to yourself, no, I'm not making right now. I'm just making a little amount of money. So the little I have, basically, it's okay. I don't need to pay attention. My friend, you need to open your eyes and pay close attention to every single penny that comes your way. Because you know what? No matter what you do, you have to start the right habit right now. Because once you start the right habit right now, once you get to the top, you're going to maintain the same habit. And the same habit are going to be actually just a very simple statement. Keep your eyes on your money. Keep your eyes wide open on your money. Make sure that you always know where each penny that comes in your hand is actually going through. Because if you don't do that, basically you're going to silently but very stupidly abdicate your right to actually oversee what is happening in your kingdom. You have to open your eyes and keep your eyes open and make sure that whatever amount of money you're going to ask for whatever performance you're going to actually have to render anywhere, is going to be exactly what you're going to receive. And if anyone decides to actually try to take some money from you, you're going to be aware of that and you're going to actually be responsible and to actually call them out and say, you know what, I noticed that $2 actually missing from the pocket, the amount of money I was supposed to receive. Where did it go? You have to pay close attention, because you know what? And that's all that Chris Blackwell was actually trying to tell Bob Marley back in 1980. You know what happened to you back in January? You went to Gabon, you actually performed for this amount of money, and the difference was basically actually disappeared. Someone embezzled the money. We have no clue where the money went. And now in April, you want to go perform for free in Zimbabwe. You're going to spend so much money to actually put on the table. But guess what? The second time it was right, but the first time he actually lost some money. And as a matter of fact, the lesson as far as the two stories are concerned is, you as the person responsible for your finances, you cannot abdicate that right. You must stay responsible and keep your eyes open on your money. Someone may come to you and say, you know what, you are not really educated enough. You don't really understand the bank terminology. You don't really understand the bank jargon. So let us just handle the money for you, and we're just going to be giving a report at the end of the month, and so on and so forth. Guess what? I'll tell you something. There's a gentleman by the name of Sir Richard Branson in the United Kingdom. This gentleman dropped out of high school at age 15. But this gentleman today is still a billionaire. And why? Because he understood that, you know what, I may actually be lacking in terms of formal education, but education is not so much the book that we read. Education is our ability to actually read the wealth that actually inside of us and apply the wisdom that we see inside of us to what we see outside in practical manner. And this gentleman wanted, as I say, is a billionaire, and the way he actually deal with the people within his company is very brilliant. And I just something I love to share with people from time to time is oh my goodness, even saying that makes me actually just skip on the word dyslexic. But despite this short challenge, this gentleman has the ability to actually relate to the people around him when they can come to him with a big report. He said to him, break it down for me in a way that I can actually understand it. Break it down to me as if you were talking to a 4-year-old, so I can understand the concept we're talking about, because at the end of the day, it is my money, and I need to understand where my money is going so that I can actually make some decision as far as money is concerned. And guess what? It's been doing phenomenally well. So you know what? Education, formal education or no formal education, you know what? You still have the right to understand where each penny that comes your way is going, because you know what? It is your money. My friend, in this season, as I'm saying, it is important for you to actually stay close to your money. But at the same time, you also have to practice what I would call distance, intentional distance from your money for only one reason. Because money is not everything. As a matter of fact, people who don't take money always say, you know what, if money is not everything, so give it all to me. I'll tell you two perfect stories just to end this presentation. Around 1975, this gentleman, who was actually at the time sitting on top of a very substantial fortune, Aristotle, he started suffering from what is called now today as MG, or myasthenia gravis, which is simply a disease that basically makes the connection between the nerve and the eye completely impossible. So basically, when the nerve from the brain wants to say, you know what, I open up in the morning, in that case, it will not work. So basically, when he wakes up in the morning, he's unable to actually open his eye. When he wants to get up in the middle of the night to go to the washroom, he's unable to open his eyes. His brain is saying, eyes open up, but the eyes are not responding to that. And so as fortunate as he was, as wealthy as he was, Aristotle nurses around 1974, 1975, and to depend on a doctor to come in the morning to actually put a tape around his eyes so the eyes were to remain open, because you know what, otherwise his eyes, they will simply actually close. And he wished to say himself, you know what, I have all this money, but money is not everything. If I could just give part of my money, even all of my money, to just be able to retain my ability, the ability to just control my eyes, I would definitely be completely a man who's happy. And you know what, unfortunately, eventually in 1975 he passed away. That was a very sad story. Second story that also gives us a sense, you know what, that we have to actually maintain, be close to your money, but also maintain distance from your money, is the story of this gentleman by the name of Bob Marley himself. September 1980, after performing in Madison Square Garden in New York City, the following day, as he's jogging in the park, he collapses, and one thing leads to another. They go to see a doctor, and the doctor says, you know what, you are basically experiencing the advancement of cancer that is spread all over your body, and basically right now you are almost in the final stages of this cancer, and so there is basically nothing we can do. Bob Marley, because he was sitting also on top of a huge pile of money, he said to himself, there must be a way way for me to actually cure this. There must be a way for me to go see a doctor somewhere in the world who can give me the therapy and the cure I'm looking for. Eventually flew to Germany. He went to see a specialist, and the specialist said to him, you know what? With all due respect and all things I have access to in terms of knowledge and resources, I can tell you one thing. Yes, there's nothing we can do for you. You simply have to find a way just to go back to Jamaica or go back to your family and spend the last few hours of your life with your family, because as far as we are concerned, as far as medicine is concerned, there is nothing else we can do, and your money cannot save you. So Bob Marley turned to his chin and said, you know what? With all these millions of dollars, I'm still unable to actually solve this problem. So money is not everything. And from September 1980 to May 1981 were basically the last stages of his life, and after that, that was the end of the chapter for him. So as far as money is concerned, be close to your money, but at the same time, be sober enough to actually also maintain the proper distance, because money, my friend, is not everything. All right? I'm going to stop here right now. But before I go, three things I'm going to kindly ask you to do. Number one, please make sure you like this video. Number two, please make sure you leave a comment. Tell me where you're actually watching from, and whatever you're working on, and how I can actually be of assistance as far as your journey is concerned. And number three, please make sure you share this video with as many people as possible, because you know what? We want to share the web that we will represent you and I with as many people as possible. We can continue to grow together as a family, as a tribe, okay? Again, once again, I love you very much. Looking forward to sharing more with you in the days to come. Until then, take good care. The best is yet to come.